Monday. It is Miracle Monday, and we're here for Miracles and Worship. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm going to just jump right in. Obviously, you don't see the pretty background, where I've got on makeup and all of that, because that's not what kind of day this is. So we're going to have a real conversation about truth. And I'm going to worship, but I'm going to just worship from my heart. So, yes, I have a lash missing because I have migraines. And so I'm trying to process some things today. So really quickly, I just want to talk to you about, that truth is not always pretty. One of the things that I vowed in 2021, that I would live my truth, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like. And, things are always happening. And so over the last maybe 24 hours, I was at a wedding yesterday getting information that was just breaking my heart. I was experiencing happiness at the same time. And then in the same time, I'm getting text messages of more lawsuits and more drama. And so today, I woke up with a migraine. I have so much work to do, guys. So much work to do. My book for my doctoral program, I have to start reading this for class on Thursday. I ain't even opened it. And then I'm reading another book on some other stuff. Hey, Callista. Hey, guys. And so just hang out with me. This is going to be real short today. Go ahead and like and share. Now, this message is not going to be for everybody. This message is not going to be for people who, want to hear the shouting and the rolling around on the floor. Because the truth isn't always pretty. Today, I have Instagram. And so if you see me looking, I'm doing Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So today, I just woke up and I know my body. I listened to my body. And so when I had the migraine this morning, I knew that it was just going to be a day of lessons. And so I got up this morning, I did my reading. After I did my reading, I wrote in my journal, wrote the journal. It was just really some scribble stuff. It wasn't really a real journal entry because I just mentally was here. And so, new lawsuit. I won't go into the details, but it's new lawsuit claiming new things. And so today, I said, how can I get to the truth? God, help me get to the truth. Help me to get to the truth, because one of the things that I've committed to this quarter in my doctorate program is embodiment of truth. And when you say to God, okay, God, I want to learn patience. Everything is going to teach you patience. So when I said embodiment, that I wanted to live out my spiritual principle, there's so many things that I'll tell you in coming days, but literally ever since I said that, it's been every day been one thing that's forcing me to live my truth. And so I'm going through different daily spiritual practices. And so I was sitting here and God said, what's the most natural thing for you? The most natural thing for me is singing and prayer. I've really come to learn affirmative prayer. And language is one of the daily spiritual practices we practice in New Thought. So I said, okay, what are you telling me, God? And then, I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for Miracles and Worship. I physically don't feel like getting up, going to the keyboard. And God was like, why do you have to? The truth ain't always pretty. Tell the people the truth. And this is the truth. I am processing anger. I am processing frustration. I am processing hurt. And I know that this is a result of failed expectations, because I want things and people to be something different than they are. And I know that this is a challenge for me to accept, because on the other side of acceptance is not making people wrong. This has nothing to do with the people who are throwing the snares at me. On Sunday, I sung "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." They're going to form, and they're actually going to hit their target. The target is for the weapons to harm you. So it's coming, but it's my perception and it's the way I receive it. And so my truth is that I can't stop the snares. I can't stop the lawsuits. I can't stop people from being who they are. But what I can do is love them, and I can accept them for where they are. Now, here's what's not pretty about it. There's no spiritual bypassing. Spiritual bypassing is when you feel something, but then you lie about it and you put it under the rug. You say, oh, you know, that's just not really something, and I'll deal with it. That's spiritual bypassing, and that can be very harmful to your soul. So what I'm doing today is I'm processing everything. My TV hadn't been on all day. My sister came over to bring me this Excedrin. We talked for an hour. And so I've just been in silence all day, processing the hurt, processing the pain, processing. It has to come through me and out of me, because that's the only way that I can get to the truth, is to feel the negative so that I can come to the truth, which is always the positive. I can come to pure potential, which always exists. I can come to abundance, which always exists. I can come to law and fact. I can come to these universal laws, and I can allow them to support me in my life and in my decisions, as opposed to fight against me. So the truth ain't always pretty. Today, I don't feel pretty. I got one lash on. I don't have no makeup on. I didn't comb my hair today. I'm not looking crazy because I was cute for the wedding yesterday. But I'm saying I didn't get up and put all of that into an appearance today, because the truth ain't always pretty. So when I was sitting here, I said, Lord, bring some songs of truth to my remembrance. And here's what the Lord gave me. Ain't no need of worrying what the night is gonna bring, 'cause it'll be all over in the morning. In the morning, oh, it'll be all over in the morning. I'm gonna sing that one more time. Ain't no need of worrying what the night is gonna bring. Oh, it'll be all over in the morning. In the morning, yeah. It'll be all over in the morning. And then Vashawn Mitchell's songs come to mind, 'cause it won't always be like this. The Lord will perfect what concerneth him. Sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. God is turning it around for me. So the message I got out of those songs is, ain't no need of worrying what the night is going to bring. The night is going to bring things, because the night is the dark season. 'Cause it'll be all over in the morning. What is the morning? The morning is my perception. The morning is me sitting in higher consciousness. The morning is me coming back to the I am. The morning is me, merging with the I am, with the divinity within me. Ain't no need of worrying what the night is gonna bring, because the night is gonna do what the night is gonna do. The darts are going to come for who the darts are intended for. The words are coming. The lawsuits are coming. It's all coming with its intended purpose. But my intended purpose is to live spiritual principle and to live truth. So it'll be all over in the morning. In the morning. The morning is not, a 24-hour period. The morning is when you can come fully into acceptance and love and fully into God consciousness. In the morning, I'm trying to tell somebody it'll be all over in the morning. And then Vashawn's song, it won't always be like this, because the truth is both sides of the coin always exist. There's both good and evil at the same time. And it's about perception. It's about how you view your life. Do you view your life as half full, the glass half full, or the glass half empty? Do you view your life as the universal law supporting you or working against you? So, it won't always be like this. God will perfect that which concerneth him. What concerns God? The highest good of everybody. God is concerned about everybody elevating together. That's why Jesus came, to reconcile us back to God, back to I am, back to one state of consciousness. That was the goal of Jesus. All right? And so Turn it around for me. How does it turn around for me? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It won't always be like this. Knowing that the law of cause and effect is in existence. Knowing that it is undergirding our experience. Knowing that the pendulum has to swing both ways. It shall swing. So for your valley season, get ready for your mountaintop season to apply the lessons you've learned in your valley, to live in the truth that you've discovered. Y'all understand it? It won't always be like this. God will perfect what concerneth him. Hey, Keisha, sooner or later it'll turn in my favor. Sooner or later it's got to turn around. It's turning around for me. It's turning around for you. I don't care what you're dealing with. I don't care what the snares are that people are throwing at you. You've got to come to your truth. You've got to stand in your truth. You've got to stand in love. You've got to accept people for who they are, accept situations for what they are, and adjust yourself based on the love lens, not based on the pain lens. And so the reason why I titled this, The Truth Ain't Pretty, is because look at me today. I don't care nothing about no makeup. One lash on, one lash off. But what I'm getting to today is the truth. What I'm getting to today is my spiritual principle and developing what does that look like for me. I like yoga, but in the heat of what I was feeling today, worship is my natural expression. And so if I can take language and add it to worship, that's my daily meditation. Putting melody to the truth. Ain't no need of worrying what the night is gonna bring. Hey, Jennifer, because it'll be all over in the morning. Share this with 5 people that need to know that the truth ain't always pretty. Ain't no need of worrying. I don't know why these tears are coming. What the night is gonna bring. Because the truth ain't always pretty. It'll be all over in the morning, in the morning. And here's what God is saying. We can't rush to the morning. You can't rush to the morning because if you rush to the morning, then you don't learn the blessings of the nighttime. The nighttime is when you learn how bright your light can shine. It's when you learn, what do you stand for? What is your spiritual principle? What is your truth? You don't learn that at the mountaintop. At the mountaintop is where you exhibit, where you embody. But you learn it in the morning. In the morning. I declare, it'll be all over in the morning. Again, the morning is not a 24-hour period. The morning is when you can match your consciousness with your truth. When you can get your truth and consciousness, and when you can come into your higher self, and when you can come into God consciousness and come into love, that is when your morning starts. In the morning. It all happens in the morning. That's when you can apply the truth that you've learned in the darkness. It'll be all over the morning. And then it won't always be like this. Yeah, God. Hey! The Lord will perfect what concerneth him. What concerns God? You, me. We concern God as a collective. That's why Christ came, to get us back to one consciousness, back to God, back to the I am, back to our divinity, back to our right nature in the Garden of Eden. It's turning around for me. The only way it turns around is if I change my mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. The only way that it turns around for me is I turn my mind around. So this is for somebody who keeps saying, I'm going to give it to God. What is the, I wanted to say something else. I was going to say, what the hell does that mean? What is giving it to God? What is giving it to God? That's right, Keisha. We can atone for our, you don't need no priest. That's what Christ came to do. All you got to do is get to the truth, baby. And the truth is that it's all working together for our good. Not for our personal good, but for the good of humanity. For the good of humanity. That's why both sides of the coin have to always exist. That's how things are balanced. You don't really appreciate the good until you done been through the muck and the miry clay. You don't appreciate the mountaintop until you done been in the valley. You don't appreciate, so you have to have both sides. So I am not saying that I want to bypass this period, but what this period is making me do, it is really, really asking me, okay, now Stephanie, what is your truth? So I'm asking you, what is your truth? When the fiery darts come against you, is your truth to talk about them? Is your truth to slander them? Is your truth to, it is the law of polarity. It is also the law of cause and effect. Keisha, the law of cause and effect says for every cause there is an effect. So that means that it bounces off of each other and it needs each other. Polarity just exists at the same time. You see the difference? Polarity always exists. Cause and effect work together. There's a cause, there's an effect for every cause. So that's kind of how my mentor explained it to me, because I thought it was the same thing too. Polarity does this. Good and evil always is there. So when she ate off of the tree, polarity was already there. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the knowledge of both sides already existed. That's polarity. Cause and effect is the movement of it. Cause and effect. You know how we say that domino effect? And for every cause, there is an effect. Not some causes. Every cause, there is effect. For every reaction, there is the same action. For every action, there is a reaction. That's just a different way to say cause and effect. So that's a difference between the two. All right. And that's what doing this work will help you understand truths that are not in a religious context, that are not in, any other context. It's just the truth. Pull out, belief system, pull out, tradition and ordinances and all of that, and just come to the truth. And that's in the Bible. The law of sowing and reaping is in the Bible. And that's really what God has really been working with me today. What is your truth about the seed that you sow, Steph? Are you going to sow a seed of malice, which you know will not reap you what you want? Or are you going to sow the seed of love? Now, let me tell you something about love. Love is unconditional. So I can't have conditions on how I'm going to love these people that are filing lawsuits, love these people that are doing all that they're doing, knowing that their intent is to harm. What is my intent? My intent is to love. How do you love, Steph? You love through affirmative prayer. I pray for my enemies. I pray for myself, because they're not really my enemies. They're just in a lower state of consciousness. They're in a different consciousness than I am, but we're all one. And so, they're not evil. They're not mean. They're just in a different consciousness. And so I can hold in my truth consciousness affirmative prayer that they may find their truth. That's what the Bible says when it means pray for your enemies. That doesn't mean an artificial prayer. That don't mean secretly you praying for them to die. That's not what praying for your enemies mean. Praying for your enemy means you know that they're spiritually blind. There's something in them that is keeping them from seeing the truth. You're praying for that veil to be lifted so they can see the truth in their own time and in their own way. That's how you pray for your enemies. This is not some superficial prayer. Don't go drag up and the Lord will make a place in front of your enemies and a foot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't take the word and make the word play out your personal vendettas. Because the Bible says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You better get out of God's sandbox and you better get yourself and get to some truth and get to some love. And the truth ain't pretty. I got on this t-shirt. I got on some Kiss tights that don't match nothing with some socks. I don't even know where these socks came from. I think I got these from my sister. With the glasses that don't match. The truth ain't always pretty. But what the truth is love. The truth is kindness. The truth is healing. The truth is a smile when people are trying to take you down. That's the truth. But it cannot be you can't spiritually bypass it. So I'm sitting here and I'm feeling it. Wonder what that means. Do I pray on what is God trying to tell me? How do I pray on that? Okay, Bliss by Raya. What that means is, your second time hearing reaping and sowing. That means God is trying to get you to open up your consciousness about reaping and sowing. Go Google the law. Google the universal law of reaping and sowing, and then Google what the Bible says about reaping and sowing, and you'll see that they mean the same thing. No, God, don't pray about what is God trying to tell you. Pray and ask, what is the lesson for me to learn? Use your verbiage. What lesson is this designed to teach me? Because the snares are designed to teach you. The snares are a reflection of what they don't like about you. Let me break it down since y'all want me to go ahead on and teach. The snare is not a reflection of you. The snare is a reflection of what they don't like about themselves. Type that in. The snare, the arrow, the dart, what they're trying to send your way with the purpose of harm is what they don't like about themselves. It's their own trauma. It's their own healing that has not happened. And so they try to send these darts so that you die. But what they don't understand is that you have the truth. And the truth will what? Set you what? Free. So if you're free in here, be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. How many times have you heard people that have gone to prison and say, I survived prison because I lived in my mind? The power of the mind can transcend you to a different plane, people. That's why I'm teaching consciousness. That's why I'm sitting here. So Bliss by Raya, instead of praying about what God is telling you, pray for the truth. Pray for the truth. Pray for and ask God, what is the lesson and what is my truth in this? And whatever comes up, don't ignore it. If your truth is that you have a problem with forgiving, that's your truth. And at least we know now where to begin your trauma work. Then you call me and say, okay, coach, I think I have an issue with forgiveness. What you got that can help me? Now we can uncover it. So whatever comes up for you, deal with that. Stop thinking that God is always going to talk to you in the positive. When Jesus was teaching parables, he was teaching the good, the bad, and the ugly about parables. We always want to skip to the good part. No. When he was talking about the talents, he gave 1 1, 1 3, 1 2, and 1 5 talents. We always want to talk about the good part. Talk about the one that gave the one and buried it, and the master came and took that and shunned him because you didn't do anything with what I gave you. So if you go listen to God and listen to everything that he says, whatever comes up, because what is my title? The truth ain't always pretty. And if you ask God, God, clean me out, how can he clean out what he doesn't expose? I'm teaching. How does he clean out what you won't allow him to expose? So you on your knees every night, Lord, take it out of me. Whatever's not pleasing to you, take it out of me. And then he's showing you that you're a bitter person, and you saying, oh no, I'm not bitter. How can he clean up if what you won't acknowledge? You praying, take it out of me, take it out of me. Take this cheating spirit out of me. Cheating keeps coming up. Cheating keeps coming up. You instead of just saying, okay, Lord, what is the spirit of cheating? Why do I feel like I can't commit to something? Instead of dealing with that, you sweep it under the rug with your spiritual bypass. So I came on here to tell you that the truth is not always pretty, because it's not. But once you can know your truth and stand in your truth, then you can sing songs like, it won't always be like this. God will perfect what concerns him. And what concerns him, everybody. Sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. I want to let you know it's turning around for me. And if it's turning around for me and you and I are one and the same, it's turning around for you. Oh, it's turning around for me. I don't have a piano and the lights tonight, but if I can leave you with one thing, it's turning around for you. Get to the truth and you can get to love. And that's all I'm trying to teach you. As I sit here on Monday nights, truth ain't always pretty. So I hope that this form of worship and this form of spiritual practice, daily spiritual practice, has blessed you. You are welcome, Dr. Pat Ralph. You are welcome. Thank you, Keisha. You are welcome. Share this with 5 people. Y'all know 5 is my number of grace. Share it with 5 people that you know need to learn how to come to the truth and who want to see a leader that's being real and honest. I'm so sick of people showing up perfect. I just be like, do you ever live in truth, people? Or are you always prophesying? You go to bed, you prophesy in the bathroom? And I want so much for people to see the truth. And so part of when I was getting ready to go live, God asked me, he literally asked me, why do you need the makeup and the cameras? What is it about your expectation of presentation that you feel is more important than the people getting the word? See, I'm telling you, I'm going the same stuff, the same questions I'm telling you to ask and listen to God. I have to do the same thing. I really had to reconcile. Why do you feel like you need to go to the back, put on clothes, makeup, put on this lash, comb this hair for 15 minutes, 20 minutes of service? Why can't you just show the people that this is what truth looks like? Because you don't need a piano to worship. It won't always be like this. The Lord will perfect what concerneth him. Sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. It is turning around for me. Somebody needs to know that. He keeps telling me to sing that. Somebody needs to really get that in your system. It's turning around for you. How does it turn around? You've got to change your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It is not outside of you. It is not in your spouse. It is not in the food you eat. It is not in your journaling. It is not in any of that. It is in your mind. Turning around for me. You had to talk to yourself about what? It's turning around for me. Higher consciousness is calling you. Will you answer the call? What is what song, Bliss? Oh, Vashawn Mitchell, turning around for me. He actually has some other words. I just wanted to do the hook. The first one is BB and CC Winans. Ain't no need worrying what the night is gonna bring. It'll be all over. I think it's in the morning. In the morning. No. Oh, presentation. Yeah, Keisha. It'll be all over. Because what were we taught in performance? What were we taught? We were taught in all these business classes to be perfect. Well, God wants us to be perfect too, but his definition of perfect is different. His definition of perfect is maturation. So he wants us to mature. He wants us to, yeah, that's right. When we show up, God shows up. And I just want you to know that truth ain't always pretty, but the results are beautiful. The result is love. The result is acceptance of self, acceptance of other people, not making anybody wrong, freedom in your mind, freedom in your life, and freedom in your daily spiritual practice. So that's all I got for you guys today. Y'all know it's 8:30. Bishop Pearson done been missing in action for 2 weeks, so I hope he come live today. If you want to continue to expand your consciousness, you can join me on Carlton D. Pearson's page. I go every Monday after I do my stuff and, get my mind right. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and follow me over there. Like, share, subscribe if you're on Facebook. Give me some hearts if you're on Instagram. I think this is going to hit my page. I'm new to Instagram with live, so y'all got to, help me out. But yeah, let's do this thing. Let's grow in consciousness, because if we can elevate each other to one consciousness, you'd be surprised at what we can accomplish as a race and as a body of people. So I love you guys, and hopefully next week I'll be back on my A game. But today it's Excedrin, no TV, reading, and the bed. Love you guys. See you guys next week. Bye bye. Okay, how do I end this? Oh Jesus, where's the end button? Help me. All right, that's Instagram. Bye y'all.